Hi everyone, this is Karak from Angry Centaur Gaming, the channel that brings you no bullcrap reviews at the speed of light. Brace yourself, things are about to get belligerent. Today I'm stoked to bring you the review in progress for Evolve, the story of Bruce Jenner's lifestyle changes in the past 6 months. Nah, I'm just kidding, of course it's not. Evolve is a game based around 4 men and women against one monster, which has to be somewhat like what Amanda Bynes' nursing staff must feel like on certain days. But here, the monster can eat their surrounding creatures and evolve into more and more deadly forms, while the humans can use cunning and a bit of treachery to take out the monster. In Evolve, you can join either side, the humans with their trapper, buffer, damage dealer, and healer, or the solitary monster that tears through the scenery, eating everything he can, and like John Candy, he continues to evolve into different creatures until he either dies or eats everything. But the real question is, does Evolve's 4 against 1 gameplay really turn out to be nothing more than a mod with dangerous habitats and slick visuals notwithstanding? Or does Evolve shake up the gameplay sphere a bit, offering a balanced system of rewards versus risks, as hunter and monster alike teeter-totter on the edge of death to fulfill their part in the game of life? Let's check out and see. Graphics are up first because I love me some shine. I have to say, wow, not only does the thing run really well on my computer, it actually looks fairly good with detailed atmospheric effects that range from everything from rain to noxious fumes that billow and coil around their characters' feet. The locations are varied with both horizontal and vertical aspects taken into consideration, making each level look larger than it actually is, but more importantly, playing much larger than it actually should. Characters are fairly detailed with texturing and animation, as good as you can probably expect from a game like this, where fast twitch gameplay pushes all other considerations out the window. And sure, animations can get all bunched up when a monster throws a rock down a group of 3 humans and it seems like all the addition calculations got replaced by multiplication calculations in the ragdoll physics. But everything has a clean look, and it helps to inform the game and the player about what's going on, where the player is, and what signs of either the creature or the humans there are available to check out locally. The monsters are a highlight, and though there's a certain dearth of numbers there, those few that are available look fucking rocking. Special effects and weapon effects are awesome, with fire billowing around the mountainside like it's really impacting the terrain, and all manner of the human weapons offering good visual representations of the death they're dealing out. So far, so good. Sound, music, and voice.
Okay, we didn't catch it at stage 1. Let's bag it before it hits stage 3.
Sound is awesome, with heavy mixing occurring across the board, meaning that locational sounds do an amazing job telling you when the fast-moving enemies are nearby, even if you are then suddenly put on fire like you were cursed by some old Cajun grandmother. The game's breakneck pace means audio cues are a must, and the positional audio gets high marks here, as well as almost all the weapons, the monster sounds, and just the human sounds combined. The sound is just really excellent in this game. Music. This is a bit more trepidatious than I would like, and other than some ambience here and there isn't anything that's really super impressive to me, atmospheric or impactful. In fact, in many ways, so far, it does one thing I wasn't expecting, and that's that it sits right down the center of the title and just really refuses to do anything. It's rarely emotive, and though there are a couple tracks that remind me of the monks in the Mortal Kombat series singing about death, motorcycles, and other monk shit, it just is not that fascinating to me. It might be your bag, but so far, it's a bag I would rather hand off to you than keep myself. Voice. Yoinks. Calling all budget voice actors, please make your way to Turtle Rock Studios and inform them you're ready for work. Yeah, it's not good. Cheesy and over the top, at times it doesn't need to be. It actually does nothing but get in the way of those moments. Since the game is about running at full speed through levels that have the danger rating of inviting John Wick to your house and then kicking his fucking dog around, it's not like you're going to notice it too much. But if you put it in a title, I'm going to tell you what I think of it, and I think it's actually fairly bad. Gameplay. Listen, this is as simple as it gets. You pick a side, humans or aliens, then you go out into the world and eat, smash, burn, bash, break, trap, sting, fling, charge, ass stomp, zap, and harpoon one another until someone says uncle, or the alien version of uncle, which is probably Humans are the typical group here, each one offsetting weaknesses in the other, and there are a good number of them, and special skills that they can have are actually really cool. A bit less exciting is the monster side, with less than half a dozen choosable, and even though they can evolve, in the end you're still playing the same monster, and I quickly can see that becoming tiresome, and sadly even possibly boring to some gamers. The monster's ability to evolve revolves around eating the creatures that inhabit the levels, and their powered up super brethren that happen to also be albinos, and I'm not quite sure if I should drop a joke about that or not, but I think I won't. So anyway, the humans can track the creatures using all kinds of environmental signs and skills, footprints, animal signs, and their own tracking dog that wasn't as much a dog as it was some kind of mix between a pig, a rat, and a wolf, which must have been quite an evening for the female. It just overall had much more choice on the human side than the alien side. Now, as you do damage, play levels, and kill monsters or trappers, or humans, you get more points, and the game actually tracks a good deal of the specific things throughout the game that you've done, even comparing you to things and specific actions like damage global averages and so forth, which I handily beat. Oh yeah. The game's single player can be played with bots that aren't half bad at all and can not only offer a good challenge, but can teach you or refresh you on the ropes if you forgot something. The game's tutorial modes are frankly actually pretty exhaustive, and once done with them, you probably will have a great handle on the game. Fun factor. You know, it is fun. It's good fun. The human side more so than the monster side. As humans, the game requires teamwork, communication, an assortment of weapons, and customizations. As the monster side, you sort of just spawn as the same couple monsters, eat some shit, usually pick one or two of the same skills that seem vastly more useful than others, and then try to fulfill whatever objectives there are, which means pretty much the same as the human side, but with a lot less variation. The game's fun comes and goes depending on the team, the makeup of the players, and even your enemy's skill, but not so much any kind of large amount of variety. One thing that is nice is the game has a mode where you can play it, and the world changes around as certain victory conditions are met, and though their claim that like 1 bajillion changes seems like the typical thing where they say you have a red pair of pants and a blue pair of pants and call them all different kinds of pairs of pants, there are some substantial changes I saw in my gameplay. I just don't really believe the 1 bajillion versions. When the game hits, there's this great push-pull effect with humans attacking then running when the tide turns, while the monster is more of a unique class of its own. It doesn't really grab you as much as the humans do, but what it does offer is tried and true classic gameplay, which means if you understand classes like the tank and the healer, you're going to be fine. Probably, actually, on both sides of this equation. Longevity. You know, honestly, I'm not sure I can see myself playing this game much more than a couple days before getting very tired of its gameplay and variety. I would have loved more levels and a good deal more monsters. It's up for debate, but a little bit worrisome as this title continues to go on and get more fans. What does Evolve do right? You know what? Graphics. The human side gameplay is excellent. The sound is really good. The alien gameplay is excellent, except the variety isn't really there, and over time I think that might be a little bit boring. What does Evolve do just flatly wrong? You know what? The music's a bit hit and miss and mostly doesn't seem to actually just fire at all. It's sort of blah. Gameplay seems to be a lot more interesting, again, like I said, on the human side, despite the game being called Evolve, which means it should be about the alien side. And the longevity might not be so good, as I mentioned before. We'll just have to see. So I rate games on a buy, wait for sale, rent, or feed the copy to a ravenous, snarling hose beast rating scale. So far, what I've seen I think is a buy, despite the questions about total overall longevity. It has some missteps, but most fans are going to know what this game's about and understand how to mitigate them, or just outright not care about them. There's some good variations on the player versus player, and the bots are actually very well written, and the gameplay is enjoyable, but doesn't at all bring anything new to the table other than the Evolve mechanic, which is nothing more than leveling up, but instead of experience points to gather, you treat the world like a giant fucking Big Mac. So that's it for me. If you like the video, hit like. If you dislike it, hit dislike. And remember, you can always help us continue offering you guys awesome reviews by donating on Patreon or on YouTube. Peace out.